Gaius Julius Caesar, one of the most influential people to ever roam the planet, the man that nearly single-handedly tore down the Roman Republic and started the groundwork for the formation of the Roman Empire, the man that conquered Gaul, won a civil war against one of Rome's greatest generals, and even shagged Cleopatra. Caesar, born on the 12th of July 100 BCE, was born to the patrician family Julia. The Julia family claimed descent from Julius, son of Trojan prince Aeneas. Aeneas was claimed to be the son of the goddess Venus, who was the god of love, beauty, desire, sex, fertility, prosperity, and victory. Caesar's father, Gaius Julius Caesar, was the governor of the Asia province and died when Caesar was 16. Caesar soon became head of the household. Caesar was roped into Sulla's first civil war between Lucius Cornelius Sulla and his uncle, Gaius Marius. After 1 year, Marius and his partner, Lucius Cornelius Cinna, lost the civil war. This made Caesar a target for Sulla's new regime, and led to Caesar and his family losing inheritance, his wife's dowry, and his priesthood, which he attained during the civil war. Caesar was forced into hiding with his wife, Cornelia Sulla. However, members of Caesar's mother's family and the Vestal Virgins convinced Sulla to lift the threat upon Caesar's life. Caesar's loss of priesthood allowed him to pursue a career in the military. Caesar then enlisted in the Roman army. Caesar was said to have served with distinction, earning the Civic Crown. The Civic Crown was the second highest award a civilian could attain, and is comparable to the George Cross or the Presidential Citizens Medal. Caesar was also sent on a mission to Bithynia, and spent so much time there that it was rumoured that Caesar had developed a relationship with King Nicomedes. Upon Sulla's death in 78 BCE, Caesar returned to Rome. He became known for his exceptional oratory skill and ruthless in the prosecution of former governors notorious for extortion and corruption. However, during Caesar's return across the Aegean Sea, he was captured by pirates and ransomed for a demand of 20 talents of silver, roughly comparable to $20 million. Upon hearing the ransom price, Caesar laughed and demanded that the pirates demand 50 talents of silver, which is around $50 million. Once Caesar was freed, he raised a fleet of his own, captured the pirates, and had them crucified, something he said he would do during the capture. Once Caesar was back in Rome, he was elected military tribune, one of the many steps for a political career in Rome. In 69 BCE, he was elected quaestor. During the year, both his wife Cornelia and his aunt Julia died. He served his quaestorship in the Hispania province, and would return to Rome in 67 BCE, where he married Pompeia, one of Sulla's granddaughters. He divorced her 6 years later in 61 BC, after she was found to be involved in the Bona Dei scandal. In 65 BCE, Caesar would be elected curule aedile, and staged lavish and extravagant games that won him attention and popularity among the people. In 63 BCE, Caesar was elected and possibly bribed his way into the post of Pontifex Maximus, who was the chief priest of Roman religion. Caesar was also indicted in the Catiline conspiracy, but nothing came of it. In 62 BCE, Caesar was appointed to govern Hispania Ulteria as propraetor. Whilst in Hispania Ulteria, Caesar turned to Marcus Licinius Crassus, the richest man in Rome, to help him with his debt in turn for political support against Crassus's rivals, Pompey. Caesar would be hailed imperator by his troops after claiming victory against 2 local tribes in Hispania Ulteria. This enabled Caesar to be able to celebrate a triumph, the most prestigious award a general could achieve in Rome. There were only 320 triumphs awarded to generals over the 2,800 years of Rome's existence. Caesar also wanted to run for consul in the year 59 BCE, which would have been when Caesar was due his triumph. Due to Roman law, an active military soldier, regardless of rank, would not be allowed to cross the Pomerium, Rome's city limits. To cross the Pomerium and to run for consul, Caesar would have to give up his rank of general and forfeit his triumph. To the shock of everyone, Caesar did exactly this, and entered Rome in 60 BCE. Caesar won the 59 BCE consulship along with Marcus Bibulus, despite heavy efforts to make sure that Caesar did not win, even by the likes of Cato. During this consulship, Caesar repaired the relationship between Pompey and Crassus, and with them formed the informal alliance, the First Triumvirate. Pompey would marry Caesar's daughter, Julia. Caesar would also marry Calpurnia, the daughter of another powerful senator. The triumvirate was made public the same year Caesar won the consulship, when he proposed the redistribution of land to the poor, with the support of Pompey and Crassus. Bibulus, being a conservative, tried to veto the vote by using bad omens, but was run out of the forum by Caesar's armed supporters, who Pompey had filled Rome with. Bibulus was covered in feces, and some of his entourage were attacked or wounded on the way back to his house. This led Bibulus to retire to his household for the entire year, leading to the Romans calling this year's consulship that of Julius and Caesar. The aristocracy, in fear of Caesar's rising power, tried to limit his future power by giving him a governorship of a province in rural Italy, where he would have no use for military command, nor would he be able to build his power base. Caesar, not wanting this at all, secured the passage of the Lex Fatinia, which allowed him to have the governorship of Cisalpine Gaul in northern Italy and Illyricum in southeastern Europe. For 5 years after his consulship, Caesar also secured Transalpine Gaul in southern France after the death of Pompey's father-in-law, Piso. With his 5-year governorship, he was granted immunity from prosecution. He would leave quickly for his province after the end of his consulship. This would set up one of the greatest Roman conquests of all time, an 8-year-long campaign which involved 2 trips to Britain. Caesar was officially in Gaul.